Welcome to Diffotech TV on YouTube.
Good day. You're welcome to another edition of our online class. One of our subscribers who actually asked for that, he said we should do a video that has to do with, I was saying the Merlin 18 dual zone, but that's wrong. I think it's a Merlin M28. That is the dual zone for a Nemtek Enrgizer. For a Nemtek Enrgizer series, okay? How to connect the dual zone Energizers. Now stop using the Merlin M28. This is a particular series of the Nemtek Enrgizer, the Merlin M28, right? Okay, for these very kind of Energizers, what you need to understand, because I was asking if you're using the dual zone for maybe a single zone configuration, maybe one side, connecting one side. I'm going to talk about that. I'm also going to talk about having it on two sides. Okay, let's go straight to business. Let's assume today, let me use the 6 lines for every of our illustrations today. Okay, 4, 5, and 6. Let's say we have the other one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. These are 6 lines, right? So let's assume we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We want to label our fence so that it might be easier for us, so that when we're talking about any of the things, you understand what we're talking about. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Although I do it such that we have 8 lines in one of the sides, and 6 lines. Maybe that makes it a bit complex. So when you break it down, it's going to be easier for us to break down and explain. Okay, let me assume particular section has 8. This is 7, and this is 8. Okay. For now, I'll need to talk about, let's draw the Energizer position. Let's see what we have there. Okay, for the dual zone, we have 1 terminal, we have 2 terminal, we have another terminal here, another terminal here. We have the earth return. This is return. There's one here. This is come, and there's one out. Okay. Let's assume this is what we have. This is an Enrgizer. I'll need to label them. This is 1 live. I can identify as, let me use this indicates voltage, like there's power here. Let's say, okay, let me just label it the other way. This is live 1. This is terminal live 2, live 1, sorry, 1. But all here, this part, we use this part as the out, and this is return. Let's label this as the out. No, let's use it as, this is out of the Energizer. Everything here, every output here has to do with the out, and this part, return. So it means, if I say this is live 1 live and 2 live, it means this is return for the live. This is live 2. Let's say this is L2. This is return for live 2. This is return for live 1. So this one, we have this as earth return. You can have it as earth return. This part, I think most of the Energizer what you have there is return under, so we can have it as let's say return earth e-return. Let's do that e-return, that's earth return. This is earth out, earth out. All right, this is communication for communication. All right, great. So if we're connecting this, okay, this is L2. So we should understand whatever we have here on the Energizer, now that we have this as a 2, this is 2, it means 2 should always marry with 2. Whenever you're connecting any of the fences, please make sure, try not to connect this one to this one. All right, either if you are connecting one like one on one goes to this, like live 1 out returns to goes to live 1 return, live 2 out goes to live 2 return. All right, so that's so that this is earth out. Okay, that is communication. All right, so the question he asked was if you're using it for this for a single zone. I'm going to do make a 2 illustration here where I'll need to connect this, isolate this first, that'll be the first, and the second I'll link both of them together to this Energizer, how we connect them. All right, let's roll. Okay, for this, you understand our configuration for this line, we do this way. We have a live, earth, live, earth, and live. Here we have a live, earth, live, earth, live. Now, if you can recall from our last topic, I have advised if you have stuff like this, I just want to make sure we have our live at the bottom so that by the time someone tries to break this, you try to cut this to create space, the alarm to trigger. And I said you can also use the earth for the four cable system to your Energizer, where you have to connect four cable lines from the Energizer to the fence. So earth will take 2, while live takes the remaining 2. Okay, so this is what we have. So I want to connect it to this Energizer. I want to connect it to this, but let's assume this is a single zone, but for example, maybe the other side is not set and they want to power that part first. This other side of the fence is not ready. This is 8, sorry, 8. This other part of the fence is not ready, so they need to power this side of the fence that is set. What do we do here? Okay, this is how you connect. We can decide to, let's label this one as fence 1, and this is fence 2. So for fence 2, it is not ready. They're still working on that part, but want to activate this Energizer to secure this part of the perimeter. All you need to do first is to come to your Energizer, look for this line 2, L2, take it, loop this. All right, your earth. So it's there are options for you to take either 1 earth cable out or you take 2. Let's assume we want to take 1 earth cable out. Now when you're taking your earth cable out, there's this option of if you decide to use the 2 earth, it means where your earth loop can determine intrusion, so that if the earth is broken, it will also detect there is intrusion. There's also the option of having your live securing the top and bottom. Your earth is to make the fence just active, maybe having have that shock tendency where you have to connect to your earth rod. Okay, let's roll. Okay, now we are dealing with fence 1 and we're using 1 and 1. All right, so I'll take this first. I can come here first. All right, so if this hits this fence, let's move. This is the line. Okay, this is return. Okay, let me leave the return. Let me use out first. I can use either, but let me use out. Let's assume I take the HT cable to this first. So it means this is the movement our voltage from current to the fence. Okay, this gets here. It looks for the next available life, and the next available life is number 3. So I marry this with 3. This one moves all the way. It gets here, look for the next available life, and the next available life is 4. I marry 4. It gets here, it gets to this point, and this number 4 looks for the next available life. 5 is earth, 6 is life, so it goes to number 6, and all the way back to the Energizer. This direction, this direction. So it means if I have this, what is left here is the earthing. So I'm going to use, let me use this kind of earthing. Okay, let me take, I can take this one. Let's assume I will always take this from here to the earth rod, closer to the Energizer. I have that. Yes, can have our earth rod here. We can link them up. All our earth rods, this to the next. Let's say we have the third. So, but now, let me tell you something. Like I always say, the first earth rod should be closer to your fence. You're very close to the Energizer, the position of your Energizer. So if this is done, the next thing I'll do here, for this configuration, I've decided to use the single earth line, so there's no earth loop detection. So let me just close this up. So for the other, I'm going to use this, loop this to this, and loop this to this. So the 3 cables for this terminal has been looped. So this to this, this to this, the earth return, the earth out loop. So I'll take one cable, either from here or here, I take it out to the fence. So this goes all the way. It gets a look for the next available earth, which is this. So it can end like this. Your fence will still work, all right? But if I now decide to say I want to use the earth loop detection system, what I need to do here is to remove the loop that I'm having already with one of them here. So yeah, here we're supposed to loop here also, but there's even a loop between both of them here. All right, so with this, if this is the way I want to loop this, it means this I will need to loop these terminals all together, right? So, but if I want to make it so that we have a scenario where the loop is able to detect intrusion, all I need to do here is to open this out earth return and earth live, and take a cable from here all the way. Okay, comes to the fence. But since it's the movement, we said here is out, but it's the same thing. Either this direction I'm moving towards the movement, the line of flow only determines is that like this or like that, but there's a return. So either you want me to change this arrow, the arrow flowing this direction, I can do it this way and say, now let me turn the direction of flow. Where's my earth? This is it. Okay, let me now assume this is the out. Okay. Okay, this gets here. Okay, return, because we have return there. All right, this is how it should look like. So there's already a loop between this one closes this other fence because it's not ready. So now this is how your fence ought to look like, right? This is what it ought to look like, just like this. You must have it this way. Then let's assume we now have the other side of the fence ready. Let me make that, let's wipe up what we have here. Let's prepare the fence for the other connections. Let me take the lines that we need to work on, okay. Okay. Or do I just wipe everything? Do I wipe everything and start off, or it's still fine? Like it's fine this way. Let's just make it. This is return, earth return. All right. So I think this is fine. Okay. So now we're having the both sides of the fence ready. Let me wipe off the other line for the one I made before, but we're still going to use it. We're still going to. Oh, let's leave it because the earth or the live for the previous one remains. So we want to connect this one, add it, so the fence is ready. It is not time. So I can decide to just disconnect all my earth cable, all my earth loopings, every looping that I've done. I open them back to factory mode. Then all I need to do here, this is out. Let me take this as my out. Okay. I can hit here. I can use it as the out. So this is out, live out for this line. So I've removed the loop between this and this. So it's still open. So this moves all the way. It looks for the next available live, which is 7. Comes all the way. Gets here. The next available live is not 6, but it is 5. Moves from 5. Here, next available live is 4. 4 gets here. Next available live is 2. 2 all the way. Next available live is 1. 1 moves and gets here. Is returning to the Energizer. Comes all the way to the Energizer. All right. So it is now time for us to treat the earth. What do we do when it comes to this? It means we need earth here. I'll need earth here. So take one. Let's assume we're taking the live to feed this, to feed the so let's assume we're taking the earth out from this side to feed this. So I'll take this all the way. Our earth connection gets here, comes to the next available earth. So this cable, I will not return this to the Energizer. I'll need to take it all the way. Either we're going to meet with this guy here. So I'll take it all the way from here to this other fence. The earth here moves all the way like that. This direction comes to the other one. Now this returns to where the earth returns. What is left now is the comb. So we cannot take from this. We can also take this one, we marry this with this one, marry it with this. We can take this one all the way to any of this. So I can now marry this, all right? Marry this, take the cable from here and to the earth rod. Yeah. This is what it ought to look like. So at the end of the day, if any of these cables is broken, this is the one that goes directly to the ground, right? So it doesn't have any, if anybody decides to cut, fine, you say they reduce the earthing stuff, but remember there are also some other earthing around the perimeter that comes from this one, goes to the ground, sorry. You can see get somewhere here. Where's the earth here? This that goes to the ground. Okay. Here also we have your earth can come from here. So it goes to the ground. And you have this earth on the right, all the way goes to the ground. So this is how your connection looks like. Let's follow the line of action. This is out, life out. Those are life out for 1. This is it. Went all the way from here comes here to this and returns to the 1 here. Live 2 out, comes here all the way to 5, 4, 2, 2, 1, returns to live 2. And the earth, same thing. So if you break this line, the earth terminal is open, the alarm goes off immediately. If you break anything on the fence, the alarm goes off immediately because the Energizer would not sense what it has sent is not returning anything here. So any of the lines that you break on this kind of configuration, the alarm goes off immediately. So this is a secure way for you connecting your Nemtek M28, and this sorts out those issues. I hope this is clear, and every question you have here thinking about this is sorted out. So thank you for your time. Till we meet again in our next class. Do have a lovely day. Bye for now.
Diffutech TV.